hopped in this shit, I know he hate kids. Nigga. It's Southeast, but why you worry about where everybody live? Bro, kick your front door. Swear I don't do push-ups, but I'm the muscle. I was broken for a half, I had no hustle. Now I really want the streets, don't get bust on. I won't brag, keep your touch out. Ain't talking money or a body out here, blah blah. Pull up on that shit, automatic here. Pretty thugs, bitch niggas need to lay low. Anyway, sound smooth, bitch came home.
2 ankle monitors, how you came home? Oh man, Aries. Aries, we're starting off with you on. You're getting your reading a little. Well, you're not getting it early. You're gonna get it on the regular time. We're doing it a little early for you, but just a day or so. Aries, I think I kind of wanted to go into you last 2 readings of the week here. Aries and Cancer, last two cardinal signs, and the full moon. I wanted to do it on the full moon so you guys really get to tap in on the energy. This is insane energy. I think this air energy is coming in very swift. It's very unexpected. It's a monumental moment, let's just say, okay? Let's just say it's a monumental moment. So I just want to make sure that this is on nicely. Need my nice little sounds gonna be tapped in. This was from the last reading that we did, so don't mind these cards here. I'm just gonna give this a handy dandy shuffle. And who was in the last reading? I believe it was Leo. Okay, so if you have Leo in your chart here, Aries, just head over to the channel and definitely you're gonna want to tap in on that. Okay, so with that being said. Aries, this reading is going to be a little bit longer. It's going to be very insightful, though, so definitely hang tight with me. I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm going to get straight into it. I'm going to be pulling 2 cards from, obviously 7 from our horseshoe regular here that we're shuffling. We're going to be pulling 2 cards from our playing card deck, which is right over here, to get some clarity, and then we're going to be pulling 2 guidance cards from our oracle, okay? So just hang tight, and this is going to give you some insights on practical insights on actually how to move forward and what you're going through right now, and you know, this energy of healing may be mad significant, okay? But the next reading that you get as well is also going to be paired up with Scorpio. We're making a change here on the channel, and we're no longer pairing Taurus with Scorpio. We're going to pair Aries with Scorpio as the Martian rules, as the Martian ruled planets on the Martian day, on the Tuesday and things of that nature. And then we're going to put Taurus is going to be with Venus on Venus day, which is with Libra. Okay. And we're gonna have to do some moving around with Aquarius, but likely Aquarius will be Saturday with Capricorn, and then Sunday will be Leo and Aries. Okay, so you're going to be paired up with the Leos. Not Sunday. It's going to be Leo and Cancer on Sunday. Okay, because you know the moon day is ruled by Cancer. We're not here on Mondays, but so yeah, Cancer and Leo is going to be Sunday. Okay, because it's the day of the sun, and then the moon for Monday to start the week of reflection. So, which will be good to get Cancer's message out around that time, which we've always been doing. Okay, so let's hang tight here. And with that being said, Aries, that's what we're doing. Yeah, I was like, what sign were we on again? But yeah, we're doing Aries. Okay, so we have an Aries Sun Moon Ascendant. Right, depending on the placement, this is for you. So we just want to give this deck a shuffle, make sure that it's nicely mixed up, because we've been doing quite a few readings today in the studio, so we just want to make sure all the energies are nicely met. Okay, so this right here, we have the Princess of Discs. We're starting the reading off with the Princess of Discs here, Aries. There's a manifestation that's now left in the past. That's one way I'm going to just start this reading, is by saying there's a manifestation that is left in the past that you move forward from. Something manifested based upon your level of, like, I don't know what it was, understanding or something, and it's just something came to be from it, but it's old, outdated understanding. So this is like an old out. Now it manifested based upon an outdated mindset, and now that your mindset may be shifting, you kind of moving forward from from that manifestation that came to be. There's like a separation going on. I'm hearing like going your separate ways based upon what's what was like, let's say what was seen, what was experienced within this thing. You don't. This is not what you want to experience, and it was something that you were dealing with based upon outdated mindsets. Eight of Discs. In your current energy, you're spending a whole lot of time shaping your mindset and shaping understanding. Virgo, cultivating routine. I think that's definitely the best thing for you to be doing right now. The sun, you know what I'm saying? I had to start this reading Aries with some good energy. It is your month and things of that nature. So, you know, we have to really come in jamming and just with the good energy of the sun and warmth. And like, all I'm hearing is go towards your areas of enjoyment. Go towards you know where you find warmth, and a lot of that is either on your online social media marketplace, or your environment, neighborhood, and there might be something you do with communication or vocation as well that you find very healing, very warm, very self-fulfilling. Okay, as it's how you express yourself, and it may be dealing with your voice or communication in some way, shape, or form. Like I think you're finding more strength and more courage in your own self-expression, your individual expression. Okay, especially with this full moon right now in Libra, to where it's pushing you to, you know, go into those rooms and meet those people and build those connections, Aries, and you know, develop those forms of diplomacy to where you understand how to communicate and you understand how to relate, right? So that's going to be an important thing to keep in mind. All right, the Queen of Cups is in position 4 of the obstacles to overcome, right? And the Queen of Cups is your ability to receive, like your ability to receive and be open to this opportunity. You may feel like things are like, I don't know if it's taking time or taking long, or like if it's I don't really think it's that. It's more so challenging to be open to opportunities that may involve this thing. Like maybe you can't involve yourself in maybe you can't involve yourself in certain opportunities, right? Because or due to the fact I don't what did it like this queen energy, to be honest with you. It could be work getting in the way that may slow down your ability to be open to certain opportunities, okay? Or be your ability to pursue or move or actually to pursue after this thing, or to go after this thing, right? This opportunity, or area of fulfillment and things of that nature, long-term gain, right? The queen, it shows that, okay, you kind of you're open arms to it, but something with the 4 energy is getting in the way of the Queen of Cups with in position 4, because you want to be open to perceive, but there's something that's either keeping you no, there's some form of pleasure. There's some form of pleasure or like opportunity that is fulfilling to you, but you know it may not be good for the long run. You're trying to close off your openness to this area of fulfillment, but it's tough for you. We have this 6 of Wands, this victory energy, okay, in position 5, others' perspectives. I don't know if others' perspectives think like you won, or you took this sort of, they see you as you winning, or you took some sort of victory. You one up them in some way, shape, or form. So that's an energy to be mindful of. But it's based upon how you express yourself, based upon the experiences that you like to experience or like you enjoy to experience. But how you express yourself, that is not your fault. If you enjoy something and you enjoy expressing that experience or sharing that, then you have to enjoy that, right? And take that action of fulfillment, despite what other people may think about it. Because what's good for you isn't going to be good for someone else. What's good for someone else isn't going to be good for you. So you have to know what's good for you and what's good for that other person and things of that nature. So if that's something that's good for you, then you continue doing it and you go for it. But clearly, it's like you want to go for something, and your experiences and expressing yourself, but you're trying to pursue this area of fulfillment. It's like you may want a relationship, but at the same time not want a relationship, or like you may have some sort of relationship endeavor, but your actions are conflicting your relationship. This success or like these experiences are conflicting your relationship. So now you have to be kind of closed off, or not even closed off, but it's an obstacle to overcome because you were open to a relationship, but you're realizing that a relationship may not be the right thing for you right now, based upon the actions and experiences that you want to experience, because you still want to express yourself or something like that, right? So you're still taking action in a way that you're gaining a lot of wisdom and a lot of experiences through and in, right? So this is very interesting here. The best path for you to walk down, the Seven of Swords, futility. This is definitely showing me separation from, like I said, like this is a highlight of separation from the network, because certain people and associates don't see things how you see things. Like, and if people don't see things how you see things, I'm not saying that that's a wrong thing. It's just perception. Like, that's what alignment means. It means alignment. People seeing how you see things. Like, understanding, having similar mindsets just means that alignment. Being able to come together with people with the similar ideas, similar mindsets, similar way of understanding, right? So there's separation here because there's different forms of understanding and different forms of self-expression, right? So therefore, it's shaping the network different. It's shaping your experiences and how you guys network totally differently. 11th house can be significant for you, Aquarius energy, right? Associations. You could have a lot of associations, but it's messing with your relationships, right? I'm seeing your associations and your relationships are conflicting each other. So I'm not sure what this is, but it's like your associations is different than your relationships and your business partnerships, which it is, because 11th house is Aquarius, network, associates, maybe job, coworkers, distant friends, people that you don't know but you're around in similar spaces and things of that nature from the 3rd house, just because of neighborhood, but you don't know them, so they're not 7th house relationships or friends, so they go into the 11th house associations. You see what I'm saying? So that's an important thing. So there's some form of associations that are conflicting your relationships, especially because it's a 7 of swords. 7 deals with Libra energy, relationship, the house of relationships. Okay, that's why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it. Especially it's a moon card, so it's definitely playing on your emotions and you're understanding this emotionally. That certain associations and who you're associating with is conflicting your relationships, but you have to realize that is the best path for you to walk down. It's the sword. So do you care for your relationships and business partners, or do you care for these associations that may not mean anything? I'm not sure what that is for you, that you have to weigh your options to see. It's like the Aquarius or Libra energy. Do you want to be foreverly known, or do you want quality relationships? It's really weird. I don't like. It's an odd energy, but I think it's just understanding your position. Okay, see the Fool. See, open mind. That's the outcome card here. It's just the Fool energy, to stay open minded, because you don't. It's like you're. Oh my goodness, this is a crazy energy, Aries. Fuck. You're trying to be spontaneous. You're trying to think outside the box. Okay, that's what this is going to lead to, thinking outside the box. In order to think outside the box, you have to stand up for your own information and your own relationships, like why they matter to you. If you don't communicate to your relationships why they matter, then they're gonna just fall into associates and distant relations, which is associates. So communicating how you feel towards your relationships is gonna be crazy. That's like a very important thing right now, because it's like your associates is getting in the way of your relationship. So you have to super assert yourself. You have to super like assert yourself in the form of communication right now, because your relationships are on either your relationships are on the edge and things of that nature, or forms of and like how you communicate, okay? Because you could be noticing certain things going on within your relationships, but that is because you're associates, and how you express yourself. But how you express yourself, is it in alignment to your relationships and your associates, or is it not? Because that's going to be a big thing, because your experiences got to be alignment to your got to be alignment to your relationships and your associates, because if they're not, why are you putting yourself amongst people, places, and things that don't resonate with you and that aren't on the same level or resonance with you in terms of what you're doing, like-minded energy? There's some sort of confliction here with how you want to express yourself. I think you emotionally know how you want to express yourself and what you want to experience, but there's certain associates and certain relationships you may need to separate from, okay? However that is for you. And it could be separating from relationships or separating from associates. Whatever is no longer serving you. Here, I'm thinking it's, we have a moon in Aquarius. It looks like Aquarius energy, associates. And the 7 is letting me know, like, who's your immediate circle? Who's your immediate relationships? And how can you team up with your immediate relationships? Like, how can you come together with the people that's, your immediate relationships, and then how can you create a network around your relations, your business partners, right? Because the associates come after your relationships. They don't like, you don't just have random associates that have nothing to do with your relationships or who don't know you at all and things of that nature. So it's a very interesting energy. As I said, I want to kind of get some clarity here with the playing card deck, and we see the 7 of Pentacles, which is the energy of failure. It's like something's failing, and I don't know if it's the quality of relations or quality of friends or quality of associates, or you feel like that's the case because you have to separate, right? Or you're going to a different direction. But others' perspectives, they see that you're expressing yourself in a way that's good for you. Okay, the victory energy is good, so is healthy self-expression for the sake of you. But if you can't pursue this sort of opportunity or relationship with the Queen of Cups, that's going to take time. The relationship's going to take time to cultivate. And if you don't spend time cultivating it, don't expect it to come to fruition. Don't expect that. That's why there may be separation, okay? Because you're understanding if this relationship is something you can cultivate or if you can't. So, yes. And then if it's not relationship, it could be business partnership or associates, like people that you're working with or connected with in some way, shape, or form, okay? There's a lot that you do within your neighborhood and maybe your online. I think you feel really very good about your online marketplace, social media. There's like some sort of celebration energy within your neighborhood, sun. Maybe you could be an Aries. You could be an Aries sun. Like, for example, with spring energy, right? You could have an Aries sun and things of that nature. We see a lot of earth energy, Taurian energy, earth and fire, right? So you could have, this is a lot of spring. So you could have a lot of Taurus in your chart and you could have a lot of Aries in your chart. First coming out. Thank you, Spirit. Give me clarity for Aries, please. You're also paired up with Cancer. So if you have Cancer in your chart, make sure you go watch that reading. God damn. Underlining story. Fuck. I knew it. I can tell there's an underlining story here. There's a 5 and there's a change of action. Look, 7 of Swords. This is double 7 of Swords, 7 of Spades. Guys, are you considering how you communicate? Like, you know how you communicate. And your forms of communication is very important. For a part of you guys, you're considering how you've been communicating for the long run. Like, no wonder your life is going the way it goes, because you're actually able to think like long term. And some of you guys, you're not able to think long term, and it's fucking you up. You guys have to be able to think long term and think before you act and things of that nature. With the fire energies, a lot of short, quick, energies and things of that nature. We have the Joker energy with this eternal epiphany, almost an upside down Joker, like an opposite of epiphany. You're not realizing. There's like, for some of y'all, where it's opposite, where it's upside down, you're not taking in the epiphany that's supposed to show up in your life. Like, there's many epiphanies that you're supposed to realize, and you're not realizing it. For another part of my collective, on the upward motion, you are realizing it. That's why it's shaping your internal epiphany, and that's why you're considering your forms of communication with your relationships and associates for the long term, because you're understanding the change of action based upon your emotional resonance. There's a change in action because of this victory, this emotional victory. You know you've achieved or what you've got done. You know you've got clear with your own self-expression. So there's a change in action, and the change in action is changing how you're communicating long term, how you want to communicate long term. And that's what's causing the eternal epiphany. For some of y'all, you're not realizing the eternal epiphany, and you're just blind to the eternal epiphany. The Joker's here, and the underlying story is here to tell you to wake up, okay? Something's important, and something's here to remind you something. They're going through an internal epiphany, and you're blocking it out. That realization. There's a lot of two sides of the coin. This energy. Maybe it's the whole Libra, the whole polarity, the light and the dark. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of two sides of a coin energies with my collective this week. Okay, so don't always play out the. I'm always gonna try to break down the good and the the good and the bad, or the negative and the positive, etc. Okay, from each of the lower octave and the higher octave nature, how these energies can be playing out. Okay, so we got the 10 of Discs. Beautiful. That's a good card. You know, that's a longevity card. That is a longevity card, and that lets me know the 10 of Pentacles. You're trying to build for the long run. You're trying to cultivate wealth in your life, and this is abundance. Okay, this is the ability to be abundant. You're paying attention to your forms of understanding, your mindset, and what you want to work on, your foundation, okay? This is understanding your values, cultivating a routine. The 6th house is letting me know that right now you are cultivating a routine around what you do, and it's likely around this thing that gives you warmth, I feel like, and these actions of victory, okay? So now that you know the winning actions and what gives you the warmth and the long-term fulfillment with the sun and the guidance, right? How can you continue expanding this for the long run? I told you, it's wealth. This is long-term. Especially right now, you're cultivating. This is the Virgo energy, the 8 of Discs. You're working on a routine for yourself, okay? For my higher octaves out there, Aries, this is really good. I'm going to say for my higher octaves, my piece of advice for you here, just moving forward before I get into the guidance cards and the guidance energy with the Oracle deck, it's very interesting because Aries, you're a Martian sign. Mars is the god of war and things of that nature. We're very you can be very passive, and I see word because I'm ruled by Mars, but it can seem like passive aggressive. It can seem like short tempered and things of that nature. So it can seem like ready to fight without anything, without any care, ready to go to war, right? All those things, but it's important to kind of go to war with yourself. Go to war with yourself, because if you go to war with yourself, you'll be able to withstand any external war, okay, that comes towards you, if you get what I mean, okay? Stay connected to humor. I'm hearing laughter is very powerful right now, okay? Laughter. Laughter and divine wisdom. There's something about divine wisdom and laughter, okay? There's a lot right now to be fortunate about, and continue going with the flow that's working for you and harmonious. Wherever is not harmonious, it's time to clear out the disharmony, okay? It's the energy in Libra, the yin and yang. If it's not harmony, what are you doing? We need to stop investing our time, energy, mind, thoughts, emotions into things that just don't have a return, that just aren't equal, that aren't mutual. And this is hitting for me too, you know what I'm saying? So I want to say, right now, you are paying attention to your understanding, and cultivating a healthy routine for you right now is going to be extremely important. Make sure you're shaping your lifestyle in accordance to how you want and to what you want to attract, okay? Who you are and your state of being. And make sure it's present tense. That desired reality, you embody that right now, okay? However you can, and you make that shift and you continue pushing because the right thing will come in for you. That's what I got to tell you. This is wealth. You're cultivating and spending time for that right routine so you can work and focus on your work, on this thing that you're inspired by, that you can guide by, you know what I'm saying? So that's why they're completing a cycle of old understanding, of old mindsets, of old foundation, outdated foundation. You're stepping into the new world here. And you know the outcome is here for you to be open-minded. So it's important for you to get clear. What do you want in life? What is it right now that you want? Where do you want to go? What do you want out of this? Where do you want to go and what do you want out of this? You know? So, like, I'm done, like, petty people, petty natures, petty social media shit. Like, if people can't be clear, people are dodging communication, people are dodging fucking how to talk, how to communicate, how to relate, and things of that nature, and they don't want to actually get through conflict. Everyone wants to hide and be scared of conflict and things of that nature. You have to be able to assert yourself and say, listen, this is not what I want, this is what I want. Like, you getting clear, and I think this is embodying and getting comfortable, getting cool with your Mars energy, because you know the actions you want to take. It's with integrity now, it's with alignment. You don't have time for games. You don't have time for games, okay? First card coming out. Give me guidance for Aries. Give me guidance for my Aries, okay? My Martian brothers. Give me guidance for my Aries. And went back to ground. You're starting at ground zero again with the Fool. Starting at ground zero with the Fool. This is a reset. This is a full moon reset for you, Aries. And if you need to get clear with your intentions, you need to get clear with the past. Okay? You need to get clear with the past. If you need to get clear with certain things, it's important. Okay? 37, could be 37 years old. Could have a 10-year-old child, or also be a life path number 1. I don't think there's any life path 10s. So, yeah. 2 cards coming down. We have flow in reverse. This is, guys, this is profound. We have flow in reverse, and we have Ma'at, truth, Libra. Your opposite energy is showing up right here, guys. Ma'at, the truth. What truth are you embodying? And the upside down flow. Are some of y'all going against the flow? Are some of y'all going against the flow? If so, why? Is it because of this Queen of Cups in the middle that's an obstacle? And I'm helping you break this down. That's why I'm asking you, because I'm helping you break this down so you can understand, use your own intuition. Why is it that some of you are going against the flow, if that is the case? And is it because of the Queen of Cups in position 4? Okay, that is an obstacle to overcome. It's your ability to receive or go towards your fulfillment. Why did that stop? Or what's the hiccup here? And we have truth, 31. This is 44. Some of y'all may be going with the flow. Good. What flow is that, though? It's very interesting. I think this was an upside down card because we see the water, only water energy in your obstacle, which is either your relationships, your fulfillment. When I say fulfillment, short, long-term gain, or opportunity. See that this is not this is. What is this energy of truth, though? What's the truth? Is it finding your truth? Stepping into your truth? Embodying more of your truth? Or is the truth being revealed about something? Were you against the flow and now the truth is being revealed? This is why you have this Fool energy in the outcome? This is why the cycle is complete? For a group of my Aries, this reading is can seem destructive. I'm not surprised we don't see the Tower or anything like that. But this is like some of y'all, like my lower octaves, it's like you're spending time cultivating a routine, a lifestyle for you, but you're doing stuff within your environment or neighborhood to have fun, for the sake of fun, okay? Or just expression, because it's the sun and the sun is out, so you want to kind of go outside and things of that nature, which is cool. I don't blame you. But it's blocking you from understanding what you're participating in, and is blocking you from your divine feminine energy. So there's some sort of light that's blocking your divine feminine energy and your ability to receive. So when you see certain things like relationships and opportunities go left, you can't be mad at that. You're trying to take the right action so you can experience something and things of that nature. But at the same time, you're conflicting yourself with the Seven of Swords and the Fool energy. But you see, this is what I'm picking up now for some of my lower octaves, especially because this is upside down. That's how I know this could be some of my lower octaves that I'm reading for. Okay, for my higher octaves, it's important that you continue. See this thing within your neighborhood that's bringing you joy. Like if you're the light, if you're the guide, that's the important part. It's not doing things just for the sake of fun or for the sake of the sun out. Like, what's the purpose of it? Is it purposeful? When I talk about higher octaves and lower octaves, it's the same thing. You guys do things differently. It's just a different level of understanding as a spirit based upon spiritual experiences. Okay, so do you do things with, is this more purposeful? Is this more an actual routine and an actual understanding of mental understanding? You taking the time to actually prioritize it? Or is just you on the lower octave side just taking long because you're just delaying yourself for the understanding because you want to have fun? You see what I'm saying? That's like inverting it. You see, and that's why we're seeing the inversion of the flow, because something's showing up here and it's important. We need to tap into that, okay? So 44 energy, 8. See? You're spending this 8 energy, numerology 8 and the 8 of Pentacles. For my lower octaves, whatever you're spending time doing is not helping with the flow. Like, you're not cultivating a routine. You're not cultivating disciplinary actions towards what you're doing here. You're caught up spending time, and it's messing up your flow. It's messing up the direction that you were going. That's why we have the beginning, the end of the tarot in the beginning, and the beginning in the tarot at the end. Because you're conflicting your path here. Some of my Aries are conflicting their paths. So, and for my higher octave Aries, you're probably watching this and listening to this like, okay, I understand what he means. Maybe like I used to do that. Like that's, you're seeing your lower nature here as you're observing me talk about the lower octave Aries. Okay? So you're seeing your lower desire, your lower Mars, your Pluto, and your Plutonian natures and things of that nature. Okay? You can look at Mars as the higher octave, Pluto as the lower octave. Okay? So you end up biting your own tail, like Pluto with the Scorpio energy, instead of being the motivated factor, or actually taking actions to push you forward and to guide you forward and things of that nature. Okay, like the Emperor. So I want to get into this flow. Okay, there's something that you're participating in your current energy that has nothing to do with the flow of where you were going to go. So I'm not sure. It's like you started spending time going in the wrong direction. You said, you know what? This is the direction I want to go instead. Be careful of that. Because remember that, I'm going to say this once, everything that you start and everything that you finish, or whatever the case may be, that's a cycle. And or everything you don't finish. So anything you start and don't finish, that's a cycle, and it's accumulating. That's going to be on the back burner, and it's going to catch up to you if you don't fully clear out the cycle. You got to make sure to really release these things, okay? Rhea, I'm going to actually read the alignment message first because we've seen this upside down. Sometimes you may find yourself in a stagnant state where nothing seems to be moving. The flow between you and the universe is blocked. This can happen when you fear that your desires won't be met. Also when things are moving quickly and seemingly in a different direction from what you expected. The goddess Rhea reminds you that you must trust the flow state. You'll find an opportunity to flow around and bend you're not discovered, bend you've not discovered, around a bend you've not discovered yet. Her alignment task, pen to paper, guys, is for you to let go of the branch and allow yourself to be carried on the river of your life. Someone got this, but in the right, in the upright position. No one got Ma'at yet. This is Libra energy and Aries. You know, the sun is in Aries. You know, full moon in Libra, so it makes sense. It's your opposite sign, opposite nature, and you're learning a lot about your relationships and how you relate to other people. The goddess Rhea reminds you that you must trust the flow state, and you'll find the opportunity to flow around a bend you've not yet discovered. You've not discovered yet. Sorry, I don't like how that's worded. Her alignment task is for you to let go of the branch and allow yourself to be carried on the river of your life into parts of the river you have not yet traveled through. You will ensure that although you will experience unfamiliar and unexpected things, releasing the form of it all will only result in the discovery of magic and miracles. Let go and allow the flow to do the rest. You'll be amazed at how effortless life becomes. It's like you're not going with the flow because there's something you want to control for a part of my lower octaves, and that's the Pluto energy, power and control. So you may feel a lack of power and control, maybe due to your enjoyment or your pleasure, because you haven't had pleasure or like enjoyment. So now you feel like you have no power and control over your life. Maybe that's why you've said, you know what, let me stop this flow and let me reverse it or go the other way or invert it. Which is very interesting. Remember, this is for my sun, moon, risings. You don't have to just be an Aries sun. And remember to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Remember that there are other spirits, you know, that embody your zodiac sign and things of that nature that have other energies and other traits attached to them in their moon sign and rising sign, etc. That may influence, you know, an Aries and stuff like that. So, you know, for my higher octaves out there, my spiritual adeptus, y'all understand what's going on right now. Okay. Empowerment. If you're on the higher octave and you've been going with the flow, okay, we're gonna read your empowerment message. Do you notice how when you're aligning with the universe, everything in your life just seems to flow? The Greek goddess Rhea, whose very first names mean flow and ease, comes to let you know that you've been entering such a time. The flow and ease, that's good. And you'll know based upon the messages, guys, okay? While the flow, which is your higher octave, lower octave, etc. Maybe you're embodying a little bit of both. While the flow state is not permanent for most people, it's a beautiful thing that allows you to lose yourself in the rhythm. It's as if you're traveling down a magic stream where ideas, insights pour through you from a vast source of information that is gifted to you. The way to ensure you remain in this beautiful energy as long as you can is to observe your life with relaxed attention, listening to the guidance presented to you as you move forward without restraint or fixed ideas. The way to ensure you remain in this beautiful energy as long as you can is to observe your life with relaxed attention. Observe. Relaxed attention, okay? Listening to the guidance presented to you as you move forward without restraint or fixed ideas. You can enter a flow state anytime you're willing to release your expectations. It requires trust, and the goddess Rhea ensures your boat will never capsize as you move from a slow steam to a rapid river. This is crazy, and the 10, a lot of completion. It's like you've completed something and now starting it yourself for a group of people. You've completed something, you've learned from it, you've completed something's manifested from it, and now you're shaping your life around this thing that you've possibly learned from. Okay, the Seven of Swords. We have this, before we get into the Seven of Swords really quickly, I want to get into this truth, this Ma'at energy. Ma'at energy, okay? But and I'm pulling this out for y'all too. I'm pulling this out for y'all too. Okay, 1 second. Let me get into the truth though, real quick. I want to tap into this. You're the only one that got this energy. Interested to see what this is looking like for you, Ma'at, which is the ruler of the goddess of Libra, pretty much. So this is Libra energy embodying itself as a goddess, live in the flesh and things of that nature. Not in the flesh, but you know what I mean, live in spirit. Okay, Ma'at. There's a great power in telling the truth, and this is crazy. There might be something that futility. Truth. Virgo, spending time in silence and mind understanding. Is there a lie? Is there a lie somewhere? For some of my Aries, where are you? Is there a lie emotionally, mentally? I'm not sure what's going on here, but there's a lie. I'm picking up like this truth energy. It's only showing up because there was a lie, and it's teaching you to embody the truth in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if you lied or a lie played out around you and you witnessed it, observed it. These readings are getting real complex. Let's get into it. There's a great power in telling the truth and allowing it to lead you to a higher ground. See, so are you not speaking your truth? Or have you been asked to speak the truth and you haven't spoke the truth about something? Why? Why are you staying in darkness? What's the reason? Because there's great power in telling the truth and allowing it to lead you to a higher ground. If you're just honest, just be honest. Whatever it is, just be honest. That's what I'm gonna say. Whatever it is, be honest. And maybe it's even just speaking your own truth. Tapping into your own self to learn how to speak your own truth. I think that's an important thing as well. Okay? Allowing it to lead you to higher ground. It's only when we refuse to see the reality of a situation that we lose our power to co-create for the highest good. See? The Egyptian goddess Ma'at, shout out to Egypt, comes to remind you that if you're willing to do a fearless self-inventory and live authentically with rigorous honesty, it will lead you to great success in all areas of your life. Being completely transparent with others, although it might at first feel too vulnerable, is exactly what you need to do right now. See? That's the problem. Transparency. You have a problem with being transparent and vulnerability. And that's exactly what you need to do. So there's a lot of things that are conflicting in your life because you don't want to tap into your power. You don't want to tap into being vulnerable. And that's a very important thing to do. I think this reading was for a lot of my lower octave Aries, but I know my highers that are here watching. You guys will know. You guys will know. You know what I'm saying? You guys will understand exactly what the fuck I'm saying. I don't have, yeah. Because for the higher octaves, you understand that. But you understand transparency. You understand that be transparency and integrity, okay? So it's important to let people know what's good and to not allow that vulnerability to shut it down. You got to speak that up and let that be known. When you do this, you'll be flooded with the power to claim and experience a new freedom and a new happiness that will pour over your life like a wild, sweet honey. Your life is exactly where it needs to be. This is a wonderful time to empowered choice making. You are doing all the right things if you follow the invitation of Ma'at to live fearlessly in truth. Wow. As the arbiter of balance and divine order, she reminds you of the great value of this way of being, okay? You could have earth energy in your chart. But because we see a lot of earth here, starting off the reading, Pisces, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, and a lot of earth signs they'll overthink. This eight of Pentacles is not even cultivating a routine. A lot of times it's just it can be overthinking. Okay, so for those as earth signs, you guys have to understand your way of thinking or your mindset before you can communicate things. That's how it just works for you naturally. because you're logical, Lucifer, left brain, and things of that nature. So you have to understand it before you can communicate it. So if there's a lot of things in the world you don't understand, you have to just say you don't understand a lot of things. So that way people know how, how you're meeting them and things of that nature. If you have an strong earth placement in your natal chart. Your life is exactly where it needs to be. This is a wonderful time of empowered choice making. You are doing all the right things if you follow the invitation of Ma'at to live fearlessly in truth. If you follow to live fearlessly in truth. If. If not, you're just going against your own nature and going against the grain for no reason, being the devil for no reason, for the sake of a desire. This is a wonderful time of empowered choice making. You are doing all the right things if you follow the invitation of Ma'at to live fearlessly in truth. As the arbiter of balance and the divine order, she reminds you of the great value in this way of being. Okay, we're gonna get into the alignment message from Ma'at. Right over here. Yeah, right over here is the alignment. Okay, this is like the upside down position, or if you're going through things, you need to kind of focus on your truth and stuff like that. All right. The law of karma states that everything comes into balance sooner or later. So, trust that in the greater story of life, all wrongs will get righted. The goddess Ma'at appears with her scales of justice to remind you that you are seeing only one moment in time. The balance even tips both ways. The balance of events tips both ways until it comes into coherence with harmony of the universe. Regardless of this natural rebalancing, it's time to speak up if you see injustice in your world. Ma'at says, in order for you to be truly free, everyone must be free. She offers you the alignment task, pen to paper, of considering where you have hurt someone else and how your unconscious projection of the world should be, may have, how the world should, quote unquote, should be, may have set you up for transgression, even if you were innocent. This is the time of great unraveling, and nothing meaningful will be accomplished without some effort. Very powerful. Another message for you now is to see behind the words of others, especially when you feel they may be withholding truth or acting without awareness. It's important not to enable this. Tell the truth with as much love as you can, even though denial may be swept away in an awkward moment and everyone feels exposed. It's an important way to move forward with compassion. The goddess Ma'at reminds you that she is a champion of those willing to course correct and will give you her full support. Course correct, a correcting action. If you guys can course correct, it's here. And I think some of my higher octaves, y'all already course corrected. I think y'all already course corrected. If you know, you know. Y'all already course corrected. But for a lot of my lower octave in the Aries, this is an initiation. This month is an initiation for you. And man, if you can't, you have Ma'at on your side. You have truth on your side. She's here to help. If you're gonna speak up the truth, now is the time to do it. If you're gonna be honest, now is the time to do it. If you're gonna be clear, now is the time to do it. If you're gonna course correct the situation, now is the time to do it. We see the 10 here. This can be the ending. This can be an ending, or this could be wealth, right? But this is an ending. This is long-term wealth, but this is the end of a cycle. You no longer think this way. It's an old man. It's an old mentality. It's either you're giving life to something that was already dead, already completed. You're paying attention to a cycle that's already complete, right? Or for my higher octaves, you're paying attention to new forms of understanding to build wealth for long-term stability. Okay? Either way. Almost an hour in, actually. Aries, I think this was insane. And this was insane. And I think there's a lot. Like there are some people that are like going through like certain times. I don't know if it's a fire sign thing. I feel like Leo I've seen some of this energy with Leo. Sag, A little bit as well, actually. So, the fire signs is like with Aries here, guys, you guys need to be mindful of the actions. You guys are just very quick-witted. It's trining you guys. So it's like it's easy to get lost in the fire, right? But don't think that it's gonna be an easy month for you to live just because it's a trining you and you're gonna get lost in the fire. Like you need to stand on business. Okay? I think this was a very deep healing and a very powerful full moon reading in your sign, Aries. I feel like I want to talk. I feel like you need a personal reading, but you know what I'm saying? That's just me. But guys, I hope you just take what resonates. Pull out the pen and paper. I think that each of my Aries are going through your own thing in an individual level, a little bit. If you guys are looking to book a personal, you guys find the links down below. Okay. Mentorship, get your life right. Align yourself, align your life. 6 months, work with us one-on-one. You can apply down below as well. So those are the two things that we offer here as services. That's it. That's all. So with that being said, Aries, I am watching from afar and I am rooting for you. I am rooting for you. Okay. Continue to embody truth. Libra is here to remind you your truth and to speak up. Okay. Communicate. Stand on business. Be diplomatic. It's new. Continue shaping the routine. Don't just spend time being flunked out. Like, spring's around the corner, but it's time to lock in, guys. It's MC333. We outie, man.